Hello, dear friends and students. Today I would like to discuss on the sustainability. As all of us, we are busy in today's our regular life, our requirement to sustain in the world. But let me tell you, do you think that are we take care of sustainability of this nature, sustainability of environment, sustainability of this earth, which is very much essential for our own existence as well as our future generation? What theory says that sustainability itself or sustainable management itself is to maintain our resources or to manage our resources in a such a way that without compromising any future generation, we would be able to sustain ourselves as well as our future generation. Here, though the definition is very straightforward, but it needs and it incorporate lots of complexity. As in last couple of years, or let me say some of the couple of durations, what we people have increased our demand, specifically materialistic demands, in such a way that our daily requirement needs more consumption of resources. If you see that priorly before 20 to 30 years, the people of that generation, of that era, was not that much addicted to the air conditions and another resources which were even asking for the resources. Today we are using many resources. If we say for our comfort or for our comfort zone, we are using many resources like vehicle. We are exploiting the conventional and non-conventional both resources, but unfortunately more conventional resourcing we are exploiting. And if we see the comparison of previous years and previous decades, then you may reveal this thing that in last couple of decades we have exploited lots of resources for our own comfort. If same thing would continue in future, then there would be definitely a big question of sustainability. We This is the time where we people need to get alert for this. Here I would not like to give any such threat, but the thing is to think wisely. As new generation is much educated, as well as they have much resources, more they have options for consuming the resources. But let me tell you, even in previous year researches, it is also revealed that many of the researches have also opened the door to regenerate this resource or to reuse the resource or to recycle the resource, which is very much essential to disseminate the people. Here in our day-to-day life, we must think about how we can conserve the resource, how we can regenerate the resource. It is very much necessary. Sustainability does not mean that we need to plan a big projects and big analysis and big. Even one can think about the sustainability and the sustainable management at his or her own level with simple. Just I tell you one example. As you know that it has started for the scarcity of water in many of the part of the world or across the world. Now, being even a small kid, if he or she would be aware about the sustainability in as per his or her own mindset, even she will, or our parents would insist him or her regarding to sustain the water, then to teach the water, to train for the to train to conserve and save the water. What would be there? Let me give you one example. We people unnecessarily open the tap in our washroom or bathroom or whatever there. So where the requirement of water is of half liter, we people used to uh, get the flow of more than 1.5 liter, and remaining 1 liter, what we people are doing, just spill out. So that is unnecessary wastage of water. Here we people think about this thing, and this is the very common scenario that people generally think about, that water is not that much costly, or either it is free, rather we can say it's free. So we should not think about that. So do you think that water is priceless, there is no value for water? We must think about this. We are required to change this mentality. This is what one example I told you. And similarly, other resources like air. And what I would like to bring in notice, which is not very any special rocket science, but it's a special that we people used to learn this thing from our school level, that we are having fundamental resources like air, water, soil. These are fundamental resources. We need to maintain and preserve that. We people thinking by default in our mind that there would be no scarcity of these resources. It would always available. It is in abundant quantity. Lots of there. You are not required to think and take any special care for preserving this thing. But it is not like that. Now the era has started that scarcity of such resources has been reported, not only India but around the world. This problem has raised the problem of quality and quantity of water, problem of quality and quantity of air. It has created lots of issues, and these all are very complex cycles. See, let me share with you this. If we see at one facet or the one side of the coin, it is very easy to understand and grasp this thing in our regular life. But if we will make this thing not understandable to the people, what they would become that much complex that one would not be able to even survive these resources even after lots of researches and lots of amount of expenditure. So here today my message is for the all community, especially that we need to preserve the resources for the sustainability words in its own, it has lots of meaning. It's a very deep meaning. Sustainable does not mean that it is only concerned with the water or air or this thing. Here we human are supposed to manage our resource even as well as act in our life, in our regular day to day what activities to think about sustainable. So you can see, for example, a person go for agriculture. Here the sustainability comes because nowadays it times to think about sustainable agriculture. If the person want to establish the industry, even he or she has to think about the industries in very deep. That now this is not time, because unfortunately let me say that industries have been reported as the biggest source of or the culprit for the violation of the genuineness of sustainability, because many sources have been reported from the industries which are violating the management or the maintenance of the sustainability. Then sustainable industry, sustainable agriculture, sustainable transportation, sustainable construction, sustainable planning, sustainable ecosystem, sustainable hydrological systems, sustainable automations. Everything it needs now the term sustainable. It is not a word for fashion that is everything we will add sustainable, but the matter is that we need to think about everything with the aspect of sustainability. I definitely agree that there are various different aspects of sustainability for various facet of this particular technology, even sustainable, if you see that sustainable financial or sustainable commercial systems are there. If you think about this, sustainability is different about rural systems or rural system, and it is different from the urban system. Even initially we people were at opinion that for rural area there is not much requirement of thinking for sustainability, because all resources are available in lots of quantity, as well as there is no harm at all to the resources of environment in rural. But now today even same that scenario is not also available at rural area. Also rural areas are also found affected with the environmental pollutions, and this all many things have been exhausted in the rural area also. So rural area also needs to think about sustainability, but sometimes it is also that some mode or the some aspect of the sustainability for the rural area and some aspect of the sustainability for urban area, even that they are differed because their way, their entire model is different. System, the rural system developed by different way, or it is in existence by different way, while urban area itself is having the different aspect. Even if you even could say that for example, if the urban areas there we people are thinking about smart city, smart concept, smart buildings, or everything would be smart we are expecting. And what do you mean by smart? Do you think that smart means it's appearance smart, or it is aesthetically smart? No, it doesn't mean smart itself. If you think, if you see the basic definition of smart at a deep level or at a level, then even world level protocols and world level organizations, they have also suggested that smart itself means what? The building, we should develop our region, our area, our country, our whatever the region portion, that is what, with the help in a such a way that it will be using very genuine resources, and in very only in required quantity, not in a exploited way. Smart city, for example, let me share with you one, that this is the concept of green building and green city. Now it has become more popular and widespread over the entire world. Why? Because it is the backbone of the smart city, smart area. Smart city is not only that, but smart, it is basically comes from the smart development, smart planning. Smart itself means we should develop our area, we should develop our country, we should be in a moving forward to the direction of development, but not on the cost of resource or on the cost of sustainability. So the planning, the management, the system which we develop with the all due consideration of the sustainability, it will make automatic the system smart. So here, for example, if the concept of fuel generation or the fuel consumption, or it may be the, for example, if you to develop the city, we people, we are doing, we are cutting the forest area or the agriculture area at large extent. But what we have provided to fulfill whatever the we have converted this deforested area to the deforestation, have we compensated this thing? No. So we need to think. So what here simple formula is that if you are taking something from the environment, something from the nature, you must have to provide this thing again, you must have to provide back, return to the nature, and then it will get balance. Otherwise a deficit of resources, it would continue and it would remain, it will start and it will be in a system that it will become more and more difficult to again get the same status. So it's a, this is my just first level discussion regarding to this, that this is now time has come we need to think about the resources available, whatever with us, not only available, but we need to manage the resource also in very, just like we are managing our money, we are managing our vehicle, we are managing our belongings. Similarly, we need to think about that our resources. And I think a person stepping from micro level to high level, major level, if we all will think together, a day will definitely come that we will get the targets of the sustainability, and we people human will prove that we have fulfilled, and what we have we have dedicated to our system, or to our commitment of getting sustainability back. So it was my humble request to all of you that please think about the sustainability, think sustainable planning, sustainable system, sustainable thing, and think everywhere you may look around at how I can maintain sustainability. At least, if not much, if you people would not be able to think about or design about or at least discriminate about this, but at least one can start. If unnecessary power consumption is going on, unnecessary fuel consumption is there going on, if unnecessary water consumption is going, you may stop by just tapping your, either by switch off your engine, or either it may by switch off the fan, or this all resources, everything. You may think about it, would the sustainability be at somewhere by simply switching off my through of my rooms, or my room fan or switch, or what I can say that simply by just, if I will stop or stop the tap of the water, would the sustainability be? But let me tell you, if one will not start, then not entire world would get this idea. Everyone, by just, I would like to at last I would like to say that by just giving a simple small efforts from we all people, it will take the biggest shape of sustainability for our entire world. So thank you very much. We will be again in a continue in at some higher stages of the sustainability and how sustainability can be achieved. Thank you.